Qapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Caroga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Here to make war, we surrender. Falsehood, important news are needed new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework bank. From now on, it's gonna be under one roof. You're gonna run it like a business. That means you're gonna make a profit.
Look at these 3 words. Larger than the rest.
A special pride never written before or since. Tall word, proudly saying, we the people.
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9. And I welcome you to BedLife 5 channel. Hail Caroga.
Hello world, it's BedLife 5 Qapla, and welcome to BedLife for Friday, January 29th, right? 29th, 2021. And apologies, I thought NephewOPrey would be here. He is not here. It is very unlikely he will be here before the end of the show. We might get to see him tomorrow, but SysOPrey had a last minute business call that kind of screwed up the plans for today. So, no, and yes, I obviously, that was not NephewOPrey giving the true Vulcan salute in the thumbnail. Yes, it was photoshopped. Yes, it was a quick Photoshop. And no, I don't feel bad about doing it. MomOPrey liked it. So let's see. The chat. What do we got? Go into live chat. First person I have in the chat was KG313, but unfortunately, that chat disappeared once I went to live chat. Let me see if it's on this other screen I had open. And it is KG313 says, live long and prosper, NephewOPrey. Thank you so much, KG313. Dan23 says, I may be able to tune in an hour after because of TV show. Very cool, Dan. Gaming Star puts in some hearts. Thank you so much, Gaming Star. Caroga Knight says, Viva Caroga. Viva NephewOPrey, absolutely. Josh Streets is down with BedLife. All hail NephewOPrey, the true ruler of Caroga, Sassy. Had not Ryan Johnson donated $2 and by super chat and says false advertising for this stream, unsub. At the time I made the thumbnail, I fully expected NephewOPrey to be here. It was soon after that we got the call, and I was just too busy at that point to make any changes. As it was, I barely was ready in time for the show to begin. In fact, I didn't even put the links. I sent it to Twitter and Facebook and Minds, but not to all the other places I usually put the link before going live. That's how close we cut it today. What do we got? Josh Street says, where is NephewOPrey 5? When is NephewOPrey 5 going to start the show already? 5 hours late. I was not 5 hours late. You guys, I might have set the stream up to begin 5 hours before it was supposed to begin, but that doesn't make it late. It just means I set the stream up early. That's how it works. Okay. Now let's go back to having our double copy, actually 3 copies of the chat on the page. Okay, and I told people we'd be ready in 17 minutes, although I probably missed a few chats at that point. Rambling, excuse me, Radisburg Ouchies. Wanted a wrench. Radisburg Ouchies is the new screen name of Kronos. So Radisburg, you have a wrench. I have the power. Yes, you have the power now, Radisburg. Rock South says BedLife is going to be late again. Son of a bitch, I wasn't really late. Radisburg Ouchie says, please don't follow me. I'll regret it. And says, hi to Soft Putty, who there is no Soft Putty here. Josh Street says, why does NephewOPrey keep pushing the time of his streams back each time it gets close to start times? I don't do that. It happened one time. Radisburg Ouchies says, BedLife, seriously, the pic needs to go away. Someone broke NephewOPrey's middleist finger. Yes, I know. It wasn't the best. Obviously, I wasn't trying to make a passable Photoshop. It was just a quick and dirty because I had a couple minutes. I thought it would be fun. Yes, he was waving. It was the real picture was of a wave. I just moved some fingers a little. Radisburg says that's abuse and says, hey to Josh. Captain Track Qapla Captain says, BedLife, who did such a bad Photoshop? That would be me. Radisburg says, hey to Captain. So how is Wandavision? Says Radishes. Okay, well, I promise there will be no spoilers for Wandavision episode 4. But we can talk about it. We might as well talk about it now, get it out of the way. I can talk about it again if anybody has questions. This was the first episode that felt like anything remotely Marvel. This is the first, Rabid Slurg, not Radisburg. Rabid Slug. Rabid Slug Ouchies. Thank you, anonymous internet person, for pointing out I was mispronouncing Rabid Slug Ouchies. My apologies, Rabid Slug. That said, how about we just call you Kronos 2? That would make life a lot easier. Okay, but WandaVision, this latest episode, was a departure from the previous 3. It was the first thing that felt anything Marvel like to me. I thought the first half of the episode, maybe the first 5-10 minutes of the episode, I thought was great. Unfortunately, although it was definitely the most interesting episode of the season for me, it totally got shot way up off the woke scale, and like it was just smothered in wokeness more than NephewOPrey will put butter on, like if I ask for a piece of bread with butter and she butters it really good and then she butters it again. As much as I love the butter, I am not complaining about it in any way whatsoever. This had the woke, double spread. It was so cringe to me. Now, to some people, maybe they didn't find a problem with it. Every man was there just as a joke or to elevate the woman he was working with. Every woman there knew more than any of the dudes. And yeah, it just, if you thought Captain Marvel was bad, this says hold my beer. Now you might not notice it because I'll be honest, my very first thought was, oh shit, this is the best episode of the season. But then as I thought about it, I was like, wait, this is a different episode of the season. But yeah, I don't like where it's going. So I have mixed reviews. The beginning was awesome. The middle and the end, not so much, in my opinion. You guys watch it. If you got Disney Plus, it's certainly worth watching. If you don't have Disney Plus, but you have a way to watch, and you're going to watch, then go ahead and do so. And let me know. I would not buy Disney Plus just to watch this show. But except for the fact that a couple of you guys were very generous and purchased Disney Plus for me so I could watch the show and give my, opinions on it. I guess if we get to episode 5 next week, maybe I can do like a half season review or something. It just doesn't feel like there's enough to do a full review on yet. But I do appreciate it. It's this last episode, it left a bad taste in my mouth. We'll put it that way. So I hope that helps it. Rabid Slug, is it worth it? Only if you've already got Disney Plus. If you don't, I would not say it's worth it. Actresses, you will have to wait for Bird. It's a bad taste to discuss the theme of the stream before the stream. Well, that's fine. Captain Track says hi to Rabbit Slug. 47 Yorktown says greetings from Eastern Canada. Greetings, 47 Yorktown. Rabbit Slug says, can Caroga spank me any harder than YouTube you? I'll like it. Rabbit Slug, we don't tend to spank people. Who says hello to 47. 47 says hey to Rabbit Slug and Captain Track. Rambling Rabid Slug says the minute countdown, and wow, then it went to 2 minutes. Dee Myers says Qapla to pray. How are you and the family doing today? We're doing okay. Dee, thank you for asking. Rabid Slug says hey to Dee and Carlo. Mike Richards says greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Rabid says hey to Mike. Hector says, Bird, are you there? Bird, who's doing this to you, Bird? Carlo Albanese puts in NephewOPrey, sassy, my head in a jar, and a Caroga flag emoji. Thank you, Carlo. Rabbit Slug says, Bird of Prey, you will never win this day. We'll see about that. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Qapla. 47 Yorktown. Carlos says, BedLife. It's a stream by BedLife. I did tell you I would sing that today, didn't I? Let's see. I mean, I don't understand why anybody wants me to do that. Envy Geeks, let's talk, says BedLife. Are you saying you don't like being spanked? Yes, I am saying that. No, I don't like being spanked or being spanked like a bad monkey, whatever the hell that means. I know I took that question out of order. It's because I saw it. I happened to see it. Okay. I'll do my best, but, you know, there's no music. BedLife. It's a stream by BedLife. A bunch of suds. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's start this over. Let's increase the font size a bit. Okay. There we go. BedLife. It's a stream by BedLife. A bunch of subs in April. Lost them in May. But those numbers, I know they're gonna zoom when I'm on Nerdrotic's channel in June. I say BedLife. BedLife. And as stupid as it may seem, some people get their fix downvoting the stream. But I won't let it make me frown, 'cause this crazy old bird keeps speaking sound. I've been a bully, a brawler, a bearer, a bum, and a boss with a ring. I've been east and west and north and south, and I used to see things. But now I find myself stuck in this bed, so I just hit the remote and raise up my head. BedLife, BedLife. I tell ya, I won't deny it. I've thought of leaving YouTube, but Carogan said don't even try it. Someone's gotta counter those anti-tracker lies and Turdistanny turds and fake orphan cries. I've been a bully, a brawler, a bum, and a boss with a ring. I've been east and west and north and south, and I used to see things.
At this time.
But now I find myself stuck in my bed, so I just hit the remote and raise up my head. BedLife, BedLife. I've thought of leaving YouTube, but Carogans say don't even try it. But if there's no play button come here next July, there's gonna be a lot of itchy soot in my eye. Sigh, sigh. And I know it's not the exact lyrics as the Piano Dean version. He made a few alterations for the sake of clarity. So we got two super chats during that great singing attempt by yours truly. Not Ryan Johnson with $2 says, make it stop, my ears, my ears. And Joseph Patrick with €2 says, greetings from the future. Is the world ending? I hope not, for your sake, Joseph. But I told people I'd sing it. I wasn't in the mood for singing last week. I've now sung it. Actor says to Rabbit Slug, YouTube really doesn't like you. I can't find your channel. Well, he could be just too new to be found yet. Rock Solid Productions says BedLife is late again. I am not late again. Sassy's barking because somebody's walking past the house. D.D. Myers says, Carlo, hope you're doing all right, and they are good. Moxley fan 21 says Qapla bird, Qapla Moxley. Actor says chairless stream. Dee Meyer says showtime. Moxley fan says hello to everyone. Carlos says, oh my god, Rabbit Slug is here. Hail Caroga. Rabbit Slug says Hector. You don't have to look for me. I'm right here. Rock Solid says, and now audio. Yes, don't worry, there's audio. Yeah, there was audio. Rabbit Slug says hey to Moxley. And Rock Solid says, there it is. Captain Trek says hello to Moxley. Deej says bait and switch stream because there's no NephewOPrey. Rock Solid puts in a bunch of NephewOPrey emojis. Actor says, I was only checking you were legit. You failed. Bradley Briggs says, son of a bitch. Dee Myers says, hail to Moxley. Rabid Slug says, bird of prey, do babies bounce? I've heard of babies being described as bouncing babies, but I don't think you're actually supposed to bounce them like a basketball. Carlo also yells out about clickbait. Actor says it depends from what height. Rock Solid says, bird of prey, it's not only late, but he lies. We demand NephewOPrey. Deej Odyssey says, hashtag bird of prey does bait and switch streams. Rabbit Slug and says hey to Deej, and Deej says hello back. Where are we? We had a jump in the chat. We got not Ryan Johnson's $2 super chat for false advertising. Dee Myers says bird hiding NephewOPrey from the world and won't let him come out to say hi and all. No, trust me, if he was here, I'd probably be holding him. Rabbit Slug says Deej, mine the same trail. Moxley fan says hi to Rock Solid, who says hi to Moxley. Deej says spay or neuter slime trails. That's a message to Rabbit Slug, obviously. Rock Solid says, Moxley fan, did you get my email? Did it make sense? DD says, hail to Deej. Rabbit Slug says, bird of prey, would NephewOPrey even care about the thumbnail? Probably not. He doesn't recognize, I mean, he might recognize himself, but he certainly wouldn't mind. Deej says, hail to DD. Jedi Bill says, hello, bird of prey, Qapla, brother and warrior. Hail, Caroga. Hail, Jedi Bill. I've got to see Jedi Bill on Insomniac Soup this morning because I was up early enough. Rabbit Slug says, hey to Bill. Hail on Caroga from Deej. Deej also says howdy to Bill again. Rabbit Slug says, bird of prey, I just got your notification. Well, better late than never. Deej is saying it's Fallout time. Moxley fans says, Rockstar, I got your email. Yes, it made sense. Rabbit Slug says, who is Radisburg? That was you. That was you. Carlo Albanese says, hashtag keep Thomas Bots on YouTube. Absolutely. Actor says he jumped over a lot of comments. Son of a bitch. I'm sorry, Actor. YouTube just, erased them. Deej says, bird of prey, it's Rabbit Slug, not, Rabbit Slug says, wow, bird of prey, just wow. Jedi Bill says, hello to Rock Solid. Bradley Big says, Rabbit Slug, ouchies, how did you misread that? I don't know. Actor says, slugs can't contact the rabies, can't contract rabies. Carlos says, cheater. Rabbit Slug says, hey to Bradley. Rock Solid says, Rabbit Slug, like the rabbits. Yes. Bradley Briggs says, zup. Rabbit says, Radish Borg now, son of a bitch. Rock Solid says, hey to Jedi Bill. Jedi Bill says, hello to Rabbit Slug. Actor says, oh, it's the alien slug. Maybe he, she, them, boop can be rabid. Rabbit Slug says, holy hell, I'm unsubbing. Jedi Bill says hello to Carlo Albanese. Hail Caroga. And praise the Insomniac soup. Absolutely. Rabbit Slug says Kronos the sequel. Yes, BedLife. Yeah. Kronos 2. It'd make it a lot quicker to read your name. Agnes says Kronos Electric Boogaloo. Carlos says praise the soup. Absolutely. Rabbit Slug says BedLife, MamaPrey can butter me. Wow. Darth Maul says the woke was strong with this one. It was. It was. And Rabbit says I didn't hate Captain Marvel. No, it's fine, but I'm just saying, if you thought Captain Marvel was woke or feminist, or really just not feminist, but super feminist, I guess, beyond fair, that was this. That was this. Tim Chris says, hail Caroga. Radish. It's always going to look like Radish from now on. Rabbit Slug says, you couldn't pay me to see Disney Plus. Uncle Remus is BedLife. Has the Expanse gone woke? According to Nerdrotic, the last 3 episodes have been very woke. I hope not. I've just started season 5. I love the show so far. I wouldn't call the last 3 episodes woke on the Expanse, but season 5 started out good, but the last 3 episodes have been on the boring side. I think maybe it was like episode 3, things got really, really interesting, and then since then it's been like all downhill. Last week and this week was boring. They certainly could have, I think, combined the last 2 episodes into one. And unfortunately, I believe there's only 1 episode left. I think we're up to episode 9. And if that's true, that there's only 1 episode left, I don't see how they could possibly do enough in the next episode to make this feel like a good season. If there's only 10 episodes and we just had episode 9, then I'm going to say season 5 might be their worst season since season 1. That said, I mean, it's still interesting to watch for a sci-fi show. They're still 100,000 times more realistic than like Star Trek Discovery or Star Trek Picard or any Star Trek, even for Orville or anything. They are far more realistic than anything else you'll see. But these last few episodes were just boring. Yeah, they focused on women a bit more, but it's not like WandaVision episode 4, where it was only women who were the smartest and in charge. And even if the man was in charge, he wasn't the best person for the job. The woman was, and she was just screwed out of it because, reasons. So it is a bit disappointing. This season 5 of The Expanse, if it ends anything like it has been doing, it would probably be the second worst season of The Expanse. That said, The Expanse was a great episode, great seasons. Seasons 2, 3, and 4 were really great, so it'd be really hard to follow with a better season. But it was just a few weak episodes towards the end of the 5th season. It could still end on a high note, but I can't imagine that it's enough to reverse the last few. Hello, Deej. I'm off the air. It's still showing for me. Fuck. No, I do. Okay. On the YouTube. You are good, says Joseph. I see you. Okay. It's weird. In YouTube Studio, it shows that an error happened, but in... Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you. So, sorry about that, guys. It appears some of you lost me. Some of you did not. I am going to try it in a different browser and see what's going on. YouTube.com, BedLife, BedLife. Okay, it's still working. It's still working on another channel, so let me go ahead and just tell people to refresh. Refresh, please. Okay, I don't know what happened. It's a weird one, but we appear to be okay right now. So yeah, so anyway, for The Expanse, it's still worth watching, but yeah, season 5 has been disappointing. I wouldn't call it woke, though. Carlos says, wait, we don't have to spank people. NB Geeks is Bird of Prey. Are you saying? Right, I am saying that. Yosef says, Kronos, hi there. Yes, Rabid Slug is Kronos. Yosef. Ungarima says, Holden and Amos are now background characters in The Expanse. Yeah, well, it's this season. The problem was, I don't want to give away a major Expanse spoiler, but you had hoped that by the end of the season, everybody was going to get together again. And at this point, I don't see as that's happening. So I think we had a whole season with the characters apart, and that kind of sucks the show away. I wouldn't call Amos a background character. There's just so many characters that everybody, and they're not in the same scenes because everybody, see, season 5, everybody's kind of off on their own mission or their own little thing. A couple people are together or have crossed paths, but for the most part, everybody's apart. So you can't, if you spend 5 minutes with one character, or 10 minutes with one character, that's 10 minutes that no other characters that we knew before are involved in. So yeah, but Amos is a big part of this season. He's just not next to Holden, and Holden's not next to, Naomi. So you have those 3 characters are all separated. It just can't do what you're going to do. Every character needs some screen time. And there's just so many characters, there's not enough time to give everybody the respect they're due. Which may have been the way the books were written, but, if so, they should have adapted it differently for TV. Grabbed's Slug says, is Bird mispronouncing your last name, Carlo Albanese? If I said something other than Albanese, I apologize. Uncle Remus says, hello there, Qapla, Uncle Remus. Yitza says, no notification. Make Yitza go R. I'm so sorry, Yitza. So sorry. Oh crap, singing, I need to pee, says Rabid Slug. And we got to the point where I was singing and people super chatted I needed to hang up or stop singing. Bradley Briggs says, Kirk got it right. We can do is scream. Yeah, I noticed Kirk was screaming con while I was trying to sing. Carlos says, don't even try. Yosef says hello to Jedi Bill. Carlos says Caroga forever. Yeah, these are good things. Rabbit Slug says, hey, Traveler O Time. Who Traveler O Time? I don't see a Traveler. Maybe Hector is the Traveler. Who wouldn't want to become a Caroga citizen after hearing BedLife sing? I know. Oh. Carlos says, I'm going to lay down on this old bed of mine and cry. BedLife. I'm sorry, Carlo. Rabbit Slug says, BedLife, where is your next Charlie Life stream? A Chair Life stream. I don't know, Rabbit Slug. Maybe soon, because my hospital bed has been giving me problems lately, new problems. And I don't know, we might have to get someone down here to fix it, which means I have to get out of the bed, which means I'll probably be in my chair or something while they're fixing the bed one day. Carlos says, thanks, BedLife. Love that song. I'm glad somebody did, Carlo. Honestly, glad somebody did. Let's see. Is that NephewOPrey? NephewOPrey just sent a photo to both me and MomOPrey. She sent it to Facebook or Messenger. Yeah, Facebook Messenger. Oh, nice. It's NephewOPrey on a $20 bill. I don't know why she has it, but I'll tell you, I'll vote for it over Harriet Tubman. Nothing against Harriet Tubman, but I mean, that's NephewOPrey. I'm all for that. I'm all for that bill. Awesome. So there you go. You got latest breaking news. Caroga is putting NephewOPrey on the $20 bill. Jedi Bill says, hello, BedLife, Qapla brother, warrior. Hello, and Qapla again. Jedi Bill. Monty's Folly says, good evening, Monty's Folly, Qapla. Actress is BedLife, are you on top chat? I'm on live chat, but I am skipping chats that don't have at BedLife 5 because, you know, time. Okay, that's NephewOPrey calling MomOPrey. D says, what's a radish? I mispronounced Rabid Slug as radish. I'm sorry. Carlos is plywood for some reason. Deej's bird's been taken down. Apparently there was a minor hiccup. Technical difficulties. Rabid Slug says F YouTube. Deej says he's completely gone. Carlos BedLife, they have always said behind every good man is a greater woman. Yeah, well, they took this to a next level, Carlo. Roxodds' BedLife has been conquered by Bunnyland. No fake news. Rabbit Slug says Caroga is down. Caroga will never surrender. Never give up and never surrender. Carlos says Caroga is going down on a lady. That is different. Ungrima says, I see you, bird. Everyone needs to refresh. Roxodds' BedLife, that's what you get for giving that son of a bitch soft buddy a platform. Mike Richards says, BedLife, I see you. Mr. Londell says, try refreshing. Moxley fan says, BedLife, stream works for me. Very cool. Actress's bird is in WandaVision. I thought about it. Carlos says refresh. Yitza says so meta. Bradley Briggs says nothing at all but sound happened on my end. Rabbit Slug says all better. Better. Carlos said there was a problem on the Doctor Who chat before too. And I said refresh please. Yosef says I washed my face with cold water Is that refreshing enough? Is it, Joseph? That's up to you. Robert Rose Jr. says, hello today, BirdoPrey, MomoPrey, and Sassy. How's it going today? It's going okay, Robert Rose. Thank you for asking. Rabid Slug says, I do know Tube U sucks. Donkey balls. Not Ryan Johnson says, BirdoPrey, you were talking negatively about WandaVision, so Disney had to take you down. Yeah, well, okay. Kog Pan says, all good, looking good. Thank you so much. A Kog or Kogi Pan, good to know you. Mike Richard says, I have that not so fresh feeling. Sorry about that, Mike Richards. Carlos's Expanse is what's happening with my belly. Rabbit Slug says the group was what made that show good. It is. And unfortunately, separating that group, I'd hoped they would do it well, but it worried me at the end of season 4, the beginning of this season, that they're not back together. And yeah, it kind of sucks. They're much better off when the group is a whole. The Expanse is much better than STD, says Uncle Remus. It is absolutely better. Even this last season, season 5, which was a weak season, is, high and above, far and above beyond anything Discovery has ever done. So there's really no comparison to Discovery. I'm only comparing it to itself. In that seasons 3 and 4 were far better than season 5. Season 1 was probably still worse. And season 2 is pretty good. Monty's Folly says, Amos's backstory is covered in the short chum. The story's really well written and ties up really messed up things, especially his bulldog-like nature and why he loves peaches. Peaches for me, peaches for free, millions of peaches. Okay, I shouldn't be talking about peaches. Wesley Crusher's in the house. Qapla Wesley says, BirdoPrey, greetings, oh great singing one. Welcome, Wesley. Robert Rose says, is it true, BirdoPrey? Where is it? It jumped. Is it true, BirdoPrey, that you love and admire the new president-elect of Caroga, Biden? Biden is not president of Caroga or president-elect. Rabbit Slug says, Traveler of Time is Joseph. Wesley says, BirdoPrey, off to work I go. Have fun at work, Wes. Sorry that you have to go, but I do hope you get to enjoy your time at work. Carlo Albanese says, Bird does not pronounce anything wrong. It's everyone else that is wrong. Just because there might be many ways of pronouncing something can be confusing. This is true. Kogi Pan says, I've lost interest and I don't think I would. It started last season. Thought it was drawn out a little payoff. And this season I haven't bothered since around episode 4 or 5. I don't know. Yeah, well, I mean, there's the episode where the shit hits the fan. And that was the highlight of the season. We had a little bit of something last episode and this episode, but not nearly enough. Not nearly enough. Wesley says, I'm glad I came after the singing. Well, that's okay, Wes. Wes says hi to Rabbit Slug. Rabbit Slug says, wow, just wow. Causes wow trying to see a phone screen on a phone screen. Oh, sorry about that. Well, if you have a desktop, it shouldn't have been too bad. Carlos says, how much is $20 worth? Probably about $15 by this point. Less if you've invested in GameStop. Rabid Slug says, I thought currency is going to be digital soon. Who needs a $20 bill? I agree. Carlos's Bird of Prey is definitely on top chat. No, I'm just skipping. Algorithm says $20 is now worth about $9.99. It's going down. Carlos says, because every chat is top. Andrew says, Bird of Prey, I clearly remember Caroga surrendering to Kurdistan at least 2 times. We never surrender. We might have been destroyed, but we never surrendered. Rabid Slug says, wow, a whole country on a woman. That won't end out well. Thomas Potts with a $4.99 super chat. Thomas Potts is back in the chat. He says, I saw a Jeep with a sticker. Silly boys, Jeeps are for girls. I'm out at dinner.
Captain's log, stardate 7414.1. Our best estimates place us some 4 hours from Earth.
So Thomas just saw a Jeep with the sticker that says, silly boys, Jeeps are for girls. I'm at dinner, raise Caroga. Thomas, get a picture of that Jeep. I want to have a talk with that woman. Rabid Slug says, wow, a country. Okay, I still don't understand that. Rock Solid wants Dear Bop. You'll be getting to the Dear Bop soon, Rock Solid. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, hold off on Dear Bop. I didn't write any yet. Where are my notes? Well, I tell you, there's plenty of Dear Bops. Or at least there was at least more than a handful before I started. Uncle Remus says, Harriet Tubman on a 20. I can't wait to use black people as currency again. Oh my God. Are peaches ripe at the moment, says Rabbit Slug. Well, now we can get peaches from South America or North America or wherever the hell else they grow. They're always ripe. Carlos is okay, off to work. We'll be lurking. Take care, Carlo. Praise the soup. Enjoy a good brew. Robert Rose's Bird of Prey. You have to squash all of this fake news about Caroga. You're welcome. About me asking how's it going. Yeah, well, it's always fake news, Robert. There's tons of fake news about Caroga. Thank you again, Thomas Potts. Carlos says, Captain Trek, I enjoy the brew. Rabid Slug says, silly tricks kids are for bunnies. Rock Solid puts out the Dear Bop. And Actors is Bird of Prey. No, you personally said Caroga surrenders to the server will be restarted every time Anti-Trekker would throw a bomb or 2 in your direction. I do not recall that, Hector. I'd be interested to see that in a video, as I just simply do not recall ever saying such a thing. Okay, so let us go to Dear Bop. Oh, Roxodds says, Thomas Potts, clip that bit with Bird of Prey not being able to use money with black people. No. And you know YouTube is coming with its own clipping feature where people will be able to clip any part of your video and send it to their friends as a clip instead of instead of having to download the whole video. It's just gonna be okay. Yes, actually, this is the page we're supposed to be on. There we go. Dear Bop. That's what the problem was. How are we doing with Dear Bops? Okay. We got a fair number of Dear Bops, so we will get started with Dear Bop. Dear Bop, I need your advice on the best Mexican food restaurant. I get gas from eating Mexican food, but I love it. So I need to know your choices for the least gassy one to order food from. So which is best? 1, Taco Bell. 2, Del Taco. 3, Chipotle. 4, Moe's Southwest Grill. or 5 El Polo Loco. Thank you, and my wife thanks you. In fact, my plumber thanks you as well. AT. Okay, well, El Polo Loco is not an actual chicken place. They were a fake chain made for the series Breaking Bad and later used on Better Call Saul. So we'll undo El Polo Loco. I've been to Del Taco once before. It was exactly once before because growing up in the Northeast, we had all Taco Bell. But when I made it to San Diego, they had Del Taco. So I said, let me try Del Taco. I always enjoy Taco Bell. I said, let me try this whole Del Taco thing. So I basically ordered like one of everything. And I took one bite and everything was disgusting. And I threw it all away. And I ended up probably going to McDonald's or something after that. Del Taco, avoid at all costs. Surprisingly, I have not been to a Chipotle, I don't think. I think it started getting popular after I got sick. So I've not heard. Moe's Southwest Grill, there is one we've ordered from. Moe's Southwest Grill is some pretty good quality Mexican food. But I got to say, I don't think you get better than actual Taco Bell. It is cheap and it is good and it's delish. And you know what? I think people exaggerate about it making you poop or whatnot, giving you your stomach problems. I tend to tolerate Taco Bell fairly well. And goddamn, for $1.20, you can get a rice and beef burrito that would fill you up. So there's no better value in fast food today than Taco Bell. For $5 on Taco Bell, you can probably eat 2 meals, lunch and dinner. Caroga officially invites Taco Bell to be the official restaurant of Caroga. So like in Demolition Man, all restaurants will be named Taco Bell. Second place will be Moe's Southwest Grill. Last place is Del Taco. And yes, that means I would even prefer to eat the fake food from El Polo Loco before I'd eat Del Taco again. I hope that helps. Damn, it's going to take me forever to learn this name. Rabid Slug says that's not correct. BedLife. El Hermanos Polos. Oh, is that it? El Polo Loco is not that's right. Oh, shit. Well, then I've never been to El Polo Loco. You're right. Wesley says, I did not write any of the Dear Bops. I take no responsibility for them. And Rabid Slug, I think you're right. El Hermanos Polos. Yeah, okay, my bad. But I've never been to El Polo Loco then. So I can't comment. I still say Taco Bell takes it. Dear Bop, Fang here. Why do you not call me after our nice date a couple weeks ago? I come to your house and spend the night in bed chair with you, but you know to get it from you. I only have time to download records off your computer while you sleeping, and they only tell me about dummies who watch your channel. Anyway, can you tell me Anti-Tracker's phone number? I bet he tell me how to get Turtistan. I talk to you later, former boyfriend, Fang. I have no idea who or what you are, Fang, but I assure you, you did not sleep here. You didn't copy any files from me. But if you want Anti-Tracker's phone number. I think I can get it for you. Let's see if I have it in my phone. Well, would you take Deej's number? Because that's up close. And I think Deej might have more stuff in Bunnyland than Anti-Tracker has in Kurdistan. You know what? I'll just tweet it to you, but I don't have your Twitter. So, okay, I'm gonna say it to you in code. And if you can break the code, then you'll have the number. 888 888 88882. There you go. I hope that helps you, Fang Fang, and no, I just please stay away. I don't understand. Darth Maul says, Bird of Prey, if those rebels from Demolition Man can live in the sewers, every restaurant is Taco Bell. It can't be that bad for you. Yeah, no. And I believe El Rata or Rata actually means mouse in Spanish, not rat, but whatever. Dear Bop, to crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, to hear the lamentations of their women. I'll take what's best in life for 200, Alex. Oh, this is not Jeopardy. Yes, this is a great line from Conan the Librarian. I mean, Conan the Barbarian. You know, we should probably do that for a Cinema Sad Day one day. That's some good stuff. I don't see a question here, but thank you. Actors is Bird of Prey. Polo is pronounced Pollo or Pollo. What? It's got 2 L's in it. It's called Polo. In America, it's pronounced Polo Loco. It's not Poya. Actors is Bird of Prey. Rata is rat. Raton is mouse. Why can't you make something that sounds more different for very similar animals? You guys, you make it very hard to learn your language. Dear Bop, you are a prisoner in a room with 2 doors and 2 guards. On one of the doors will guide you to freedom, and behind the other is a hangman. You don't know which is which. One of the guards always tells the truth, and the other always lies. I guess they're Kurdistani. You don't know which one is the truth teller or the liar either. Well, you can tell which one's the Kurdistani by the odor that's going to be coming off of them. You have to choose and open one of the doors, but you can only ask a single question to one of the guards. What do you ask? And you can only pick. What do you ask so you can pick the door to freedom? Okay, well, I would smell both guards, and the one that doesn't smell like a Kurdistani, I'd say, hey, which is the door to freedom? And he'd point, and I would go out that door. Now, if by some miracle the other guy wasn't Kurdistani, maybe they were both, say, French and had equal body odor, that would be a much more difficult situation. But let's see. If I ask the guy who always lies, should I go out your door? He's going to say, and by go out meaning is your door the door to freedom? He will say yes if it's not the door, but he'll say no if it is the door. But if I ask the guy who always tells the truth, is your door the door to freedom? He'll say yes if it's true. and no if it's not the door to freedom. If I ask the guy who tells the truth, are you the guy who tells the truth? He'll say yes if he is the guy who tells the truth, but no if he is the guy who lies. No, because the guy who lies will always say yes. So either way, the guy's going to say yes. So if I say, are you the guy who lies? They're always going to say no, both of them. So I have to ask 2 questions at once. Is that allowed? Can I say, are you the guy who lies and which door would you choose? Question mark. Technically 1 question, but with 2 parts. Okay, I can tell there's no way you can possibly answer this without at least a 2 parts question. So whatever the answer is going to be, it's going to just be some fancy way of asking a 2-part question without it sounding like a 2-part question. T-Berg says if the room had 2 doors and a window, I'd take the window. Rabid Slug says Conan messes with a witch that was messing with him, BedLife. And Rock Solid says polio equal polo. Polio. I don't want to eat any polio chicken. Thank you very much. T-Berg says BedLife, if the room had, yeah, he'd take a window. Actor says BedLife, rata e raton are similar words, but rat and mouse. Right, so like one should be raton or rata, and the other should be mouso. Is that so difficult? Okay, why don't you email the Queen of Spain or whatever and ask them to change that? Thank you. Darth Maul says, BedLife, hearing you speak Spanish is torture. Recommend looping it in the Caroga mines. We don't want to torture our miners. They're there to work. We play the best of Frank Sinatra for them. Okay, we gotta go to the not oft used chalkboard or graph paper here for this question, because this is something I just need to draw. Okay, so we have a room. Okay, I'm in the room, and we have a door here, and we have a door here, and we have a guard here, and we have a guard here, and we don't know. Let's see, they could say true or false, and we don't know which one is which. We don't know which is which. So if I let's see. Okay, if I ask this guard, is this door okay, so one door is the bad door. This is the hangman door. I'm putting in too much time. Okay, and this is the door to freedom, which will represent by a big tree. Don't you talk about my drawing abilities. Okay. So if I ask this guy, should I go out your door? Now, do the guards want me to die or do they not want me to die? What if I say, now here's what I'd say. I would say, I would ask either guard, okay? I'd ask either guard, would you walk out your door? Yes, yes. Would you walk out your own door? And whichever guard says yes, and by would you walk out your door, I mean, would you walk out your door first, please? That's it. Would you walk out your door first, please? And then if they do it, so if I ask this guy, would you walk out your door first, please? He knows it's all good. So he would say yes, and then he'd walk out, and then I would follow him, and I'd be okay. If I ask this guy, would you walk out your door first, please? He'd say yes, but then not do it because he doesn't want to die. So then I would go to the other door. There we go. Genius. Genius. It's not a falling tree, okay? I couldn't draw the tree straight. I ran out of room. The tree is not going to fall, okay? Here. We'll put some extra support. So the tree is not going to fall. Okay. Schrodinger's hangman doesn't exist or not exist until you open the door. Take the pins out of the hinges. No. I think it's a non-binary tree, says Bradley, because it's got 2 on one side and 3 on the other. Son of a bitch. I don't need you guys arguing, complaining about my drawing. This is purely mental. So is there an answer here? The room is a hexadecimal, says T. Berg. So then you brace it. What a cheater. I assume I've got it right. I'm happy with my answer. I mean, granted, it involves watching their reaction, but I feel the only way one could ever truly answer this is by asking 2 questions at once. So, if there's truly a right answer I'm missing, then somebody will tell me. Captain Track says, is that tree for her pleasure? That is a tree, you sick captain. Moxley fan says, Bird of Prey, your drawing looks fine to me. Thank you, Moxley. And yes, that's purely mental. Thank you. Okay. So we'll go back to the Dear Bop. Next, Dear Bop. Dear Bop, here is a twisted solution. Oh, is this the answer? Oh, that's convenient. Okay. If you get the answer yes, if the guard is the truth teller, the number of truths is odd. 1 is false. 2 is false. So 3 must be true. If the guard is a liar, the number of truths is even. 1 is true. 2 is false. So 3 must be true. If you get a negative answer, if the guard is a truth teller, the number of truths is even. 1 is false. 2. So 3 must be true. If the guard is a liar, the number of truths is odd. 1 is true. 2 is true. So 3 must be true. So regardless of the answer of the guard, the door you pointed at is the door to freedom. You can leave safely. I don't know what the hell I just read. Rabid Slug says, Bird of Prey, at least you make me laugh again. Well, I'm happy you're laughing, Rabid Slug. Joseph Patrick says, Bird of Prey, I would ask, am I black? And the liar would say yes. Yeah, but that doesn't help you as to which door to go out. If you can only get one question, you only get one question, and then you don't know which door to pick. I don't understand. This is a twisted solution. If you get the answer yes, if you get a negative answer. So I ask a guard and I say, and he says, is this the door to freedom? And he says yes. If the guard is a truth teller, the number of truths is odd. Why? What is the number of truths being odd or even change? What does it have to do with anything? There's always going to be one of two answers. Yes or no, or true or false. It's only two. And there's only, each answer is either true or false. I don't understand at all what this so-called solution is. And I'm pretty sure this is, I don't know what this is. I don't think this is math. I don't think this is logic. Carlos says, so both doors are safe. Josh Street says, all the doors lead to freedom. I don't think so. They said specifically it leads to a hangman, which, granted, a hangman doesn't necessarily mean he's going to kill you. But I assume that was just an oversimplification. They don't say, you know, it could lead to your immediate death, or it could lead to a pit of snakes, or whatever. I don't know what this answer means. If somebody wants to expand on it, that would be awesome. Dear Bop, what's your favorite episode of Dukes of Hazzard? Mox, my favorite episode of Dukes of Hazzard is called, I believe it's called The Visitor, or Visitors. And it's when an alien UFO lands in Hazard County, and Bo and Luke have to keep the alien away from Boss Hogg and Roscoe, who are trying to kidnap the aliens. And I think they got to go get a part for their spaceship, and the aliens, you know, leave in peace. And thanks to the Dukes of Hazzard, they get out of there safely. Completely off the wall. I believe it was a later season episode. Off the wall, ridiculous, but being at Sci-Fi, one of the few times Sci-Fi crosses over into the Dukes of Hazzard, I found it hilarious. Carlos says, yeah, maybe they lied about the hangman. And Bradley says, my favorite episode is the one where the car gets to jump over something. And Moxley says, yes, that was a great episode. Yeah, Visitor. I think it's The Visitor. Maybe the last season or second to last season of the show. Guys, I will be right back. It is time, you know, for a certain break. So you'll see you shortly.
Has Wayne Newton split with his wife and hit the jackpot with his new romance? Inquiring minds want to know.
I want to know.
Can you lose weight by switching from celery to sweets? This week's National Enquirer tells you. How can you put office troublemakers in their place? What curse of death and disaster haunts the Super Bowl?
It's in the Enquirer.
What bizarre surprises popped up on Caroline's wacky honeymoon? Find out in the Enquirer. Over 100 features for people with inquiring minds.
Like me.
Your cat is your friend, and he depends on you to take good care of him. Purina Cat Chow. Purina Cat Chow. You can depend on Purina Cat Chow. Purina Cat Chow. Chow, chow, chow.
He depends on me for loving care, and I depend on Purina Cat Chow to give him great taste and nutrition.
Purina Cat Chow. You can depend on Purina Cat Chow.
Purina Cat Chow. Chow, chow, chow.
Tap for a beautiful drink. Tap for beautiful people. Tap, you're beautiful to me. Real cola tastes just 1 calorie. Tap, what a beautiful drink. Tap for beautiful beautiful to be so good and sugar-free. Tap.
If we lived in a world where all women were the same, they'd need only one shampoo. Clairol introduces 7 shampoos for the real world, where all women are different. Clairol Essence shampoos, each with its own natural botanical. Aloe Essence for extra body. Chamomile Essence for beautiful highlights. Ginseng Essence for conditioning. 7 Clairol Essence shampoos that make your difference beautiful. Clairol Essence shampoos.
Go on. Why resist it?
Sugar-free Jell-O gelatin. Give in to the taste. Cool and refreshing, deliciously tempting.
It tastes like jello to me.
How can it be? Give in to the taste.
It's made with NutraSweet.
And it's only 8 calories.
Sugar-free Jell-O gelatin. Give in to the taste.
You got a date, skin's looking great, cause Clearasil's ace. Face to face. See you at 8, skin's looking great, CJ's the place. Face to face.
Clearasil gives you great-looking skin, even close up. Inside, it kills bacteria to dry the pimple.
Clearasil's ace. Face to face.
Outside, it soaks up all the excess oil.
Feeling first rate, cause skin's looking great, cause Clearasil's ace.
Clearasil, for skin that looks great, even close up.
Face to face.
Read about tennis tots, political posters, and the miniseries Shogun, all in the new issue of TV Guide magazine.
I'm Maud Adams. For natural flavor, I like Cot a lot, because Cot beverages are made with real honest-to-goodness fruit, like sweet, juicy oranges, tart lemons and limes, luscious strawberries and raspberries, and succulent grapes. 30 delicious flavors, including diet flavors, non-carbonated flavors, and the best root beer you've ever tasted. All natural, all great. Enjoy the good taste of Cot.
Natural tastes better, so it's got to be good.
I've been on my feet 6 hours. You know how I feel? I feel like dancing.
Sheer energy.
It makes me feel like dancing.
Sheer energy.
It makes my legs feel that good. Sheer Energy pantyhose look terrific. And they stimulate, refresh, and massage my legs.
They stimulate,
so I really
all right.
feel like dancing.
Try Sheer Energy, because nothing beats a great pair of legs.
Hello. Sorry about that. Yeah, I decided better take my pill too. Sorry for the delay. Moxley fans is Bird of Prey. The name of the Duke's episode is Strange Visitor to Hazard. Is season 6, episode 1. Very cool, I believe. Oh, it's the season 6 episode, I believe. Okay. Season 6. Got it. Okay, good. Did I read this one? The alien from that Dukes of Hazzard episode was just Bird of Prey after he crashed again. Okay. Let's see. Dear Bop, I was watching Voyager and noticed a mistake. So in season 4 episode title 1, 7 says personal log 7 of 9, stardate 51932.4, the 29th day in the Mutara Nebula. I believe I'm beginning to feel the effects of this prolonged isolation. My dreams have been disturbing. But in season 6 episode Unimatrix 0, the doctor says to 7, another milestone. You've had your first dream. So what is your opinion on this? I don't care. If that's true, as just some bad Voyager writing, yeah, it's stupid, but forgivable. I've never considered Voyager the best of Trek, and it was in no danger of being the best Trek, in my opinion. It was in no danger of being the second or even the third best Trek. That said, is it better than Discovery? Is it better than Picard? Abso-effing-lutely. Do I still watch it on reruns? Abso-effing-lutely. But let's face it. Is this any worse than Threshold? No, it is not worse than Threshold. So I can live with it. I can live with it. But yes, that's an interesting mistake to point out. That's definitely something to wait online and ask 7 of 9 about. See what she tells you. No, it's not that I don't care about Star Trek anymore. It's that little things like that. Dear Bop. Deanna Troi played by actress Marina Sirtis. She appears in 169 of the 178 episodes of Star Trek TNG. Huh. I thought she'd be in more. Here is the list of the 9 episodes she does not appear in, so you can enjoy TNG without Deanna Troi. Hide and Q. Data Lore. How is she not in Data Lore? 11001001. That's the Binars episode. Heart of Glory. A Matter of Honor. Identity Crisis. The Perfect Mate. The Inner Light. And Rightful Heir. Okay, well, The Inner Light is the episode where Picard basically lives the whole life in a probe. On the bridge, I think Dr. Crusher and Riker and Worf and like some of the other bridge staff are there. They're the only TNG regulars you see just for a couple minutes. Maybe Geordi. So okay, that I can understand. Data Lore, I would have sworn she was in Data Lore. Hide and Q. The Perfect Mate, yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense. That was an early episode, I think, where the woman, the Ferengi, tried to steal a woman they were transporting in the cargo hold. It's one of those episodes that don't make a ton of sense. But yeah, okay, it's interesting. Thank you for the list. Though, to be honest, although I'm not a Marina Sirtis fan, I have no problem with the character Deanna Troi. It's not that I try to avoid episodes with her in it. Is she moving back to England? No. Well, total loss for oh wait, no, I forgot. No, the opposite of that. Not a loss at all. Joseph says, it is not Threshold. It is not an Emmy-winning episode. Threshold. You're right, Joseph. My bad. My bad. Carlos, so BedLife likes Discovery now because he can forgive things like that. No, that's not what I said. Rabid Slug says, Troy should never have gotten a promotion. Yeah, I agree. Inner Light was a good one, absolutely. Professor Brainy Specs is in the house. Qapla, Professor. He says, greetings to Texas. Some have a phaser, asked Professor Brainy Specs. Don't give Professor Brainy Specs a phaser. Bird prefers AOC to Marina Sirtis. Right now, yeah, I guess so. At their peak, no. Dear Bop, Deanna Troi was played by Marina Sirtis. This is an exact duplicate of the previous, so we will delete that. Okay. Dear Bop, this one is just blank, which shouldn't be possible. We'll delete that one too. Put these guys in the trash. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay. Dear Bop, on behalf of the entire community, I would like to say how absolutely thrilled I have been to see Thomas Potts back in the chat. I know he has some concerns, we all do, but you need to remember this. If he thinks he's ugly, he doesn't even come on camera. Guys like Bird, Deej, Pickles, and more stream and look at those mugs. Oh, and myself as well. Not me, but whoever's writing this. Welcome back, Thomas. We love you and don't want you to leave again. Unless you're that son of a bitch soft putty. If so, you can F right off. I highly doubt Thomas is soft putty. But that's more of a Wesley Kronos sort of thing when you think of it. RXP. Okay, so I don't know if this is actually rock solid, but it's certainly 99% of it is parallels my own opinion. Thomas, we are very happy to have you back, and if you think you're ugly, come on, Thomas. You're no worse. You're no worse than me, and I do this. I come on camera at least 3 times a week. You don't have to ever come on camera, though, if you don't want to. Yeah, my mom says I'm not ugly, ladies, so, I don't know why. It's like, I know it wasn't all looks. Like, it was just a lot of it was just like bad luck. Okay? Like, I used to fly a lot. A lot. I mean, even before 9/11, the company would put me on last minute plane flights, $2,500 for a round trip coach ticket from New York to San Diego and back. And they would buy it at the drop of a feather. They would send me out there at night just to get to the house, to get a delivery, bring in the delivery, and then fly back home. And if I wanted to spend the weekend, I could spend the weekend out there on the company dime, and which I did more than once. So I used to fly a lot, to the point that I had American Express Gold Pass within like 3 or 4 months, which was giving me like complimentary upgrades and stuff when flights weren't full. And it was like for years, never once. I mean, you would think just by chance, I'd be sitting next to a chick. Just one time, I'd be sitting next to a woman. They didn't even have to be, super attractive. But okay, I got.
Monitoring your communications.
Thank you, John Araki, for $1 super chat. I appreciate it. You would think just once. I think I got like an 80-year-old lady once. But you would think just by chance, flying so many times, there would be one 20 to 40-ish something woman that would, I'd happen to sit next to. Or hell, even in the aisle, the same row, or across from me. Right? Because I would either take the window seat or the aisle seat. So if I was in the aisle seat, they could be in the middle or they could be on the aisle of the other side. You would think just once. Never. Until One time. One time. I was like, holy shit. She was, she wasn't a supermodel, but she was decently attractive. And I was like, maybe. I'm not going to start a conversation, but who knows what's going to happen. So I sit down. She comes down. She's sitting in the aisle. Wait, where was I? I was in the aisle. She was the middle seat. She was in the middle seat.
All right.
And John Aragi with another $1 super chat and got kissing Dax. Perfect picture for this story. So she's in the middle seat. So she sits down. And like before I even think, okay, how am I going to start a conversation with her? She starts talking to me. And I was like, oh, wow, cha-ching. And she's like, hello, my name is whatever. And I'm like, hi. And she's like, oh, do you fly a lot? I'm like, yeah, pretty much. Of course, she asked, would you mind changing seats so my boyfriend can sit here? You motherfucker. You motherfucker. He had an aisle seat too, but he was like 4 or 5 things back. So, of course, I changed the seats. And, of course, he was sitting next to some other dude. That was it. That was it. There was no other time. Unless we actually owned the plane, chartered the plane. That was it. Or I brought the woman with me. Okay, if I brought the woman with me on the plane, then yes, then we sat next to each other. But those were different. A random woman on the plane, I must have flown 30 or 40 times alone. One time, and the woman says, oh, could you move so my boyfriend can sit here? But my mom says I'm attractive. I'm telling you, those flights, they are keeping track of single guys, and they purposely keep us away from women. It's part of the software. Anyway, I don't know what I was talking about. NephewOPrey worked in the airline. She knows there's a secret code in the computer system. Yeah, explain. Yes, I was put. Right. Yes.
They needed able body. I'm sorry. Those able body. I'm in.
You see, so NephewOPrey is you guys were being sexist to the women. Okay, yes. Most of the time when I flew coach, they'd put me in the exit row because I was a big able-bodied guy. And I didn't mind saying, yeah, of course, I'd throw open the, emergency exit in an emergency and help people get out, and certainly not jump out myself first and say, screw you all. No. So I guess, yeah. Yeah. Wow. Anyway, I don't even know what the hell we were talking about. Why did I start on that? Dear Bop, I did something dumb the other day. Was this even the Dear Bop I was reading when I started that? No, the dude didn't look like a lady. Moms are biased. This is true. Troy should never have got a promotion. I read that. Rabbit Slug says moms are biased. Rabbit Slug says, did you dance with her in the plane while you flew in the seat? No. Damn you, T-Burp. Monty's Folly says, Bird of Prey, a gentleman always allows couples to sit together. It says a lot about that you did. Well, what the hell else was I going to do, Monty? I mean, they know, I'm going to sit here next to you so your boyfriend can keep looking at me from 5 seats behind and be pissed off. No, obviously I'm going to give the seat. As long as he had a comparable seat. And granted, it did mean it took me an extra 5 minutes to get off the plane because he was ahead of me. And my stuff was already in my overhead, which meant that I had to wait to even go get it. So, whatever. Hey, Loki's Mornings of Mischief. Hail, Loki. Qapla. And welcome, brother, and Valhalla. I hope Valhalla has better luck getting seats on planes than I do. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, did she deflate at higher altitudes? No, she did not deflate at higher altitudes. I really don't understand what put me off on this tangent. Even Sassy is pissed. Daniel says, I was just Bird of Prey. Why does YouTube keep unsubbing me from this channel? I don't know, Daniel, but if you have it on your phone and you shut off notifications on your phone, that could be unsubbing you. Daniel says, Bird of Prey, tell me something. Ever dance with the devil on a pale moonlight? Would depend how you define the devil. Loki says, I'll be flying to Cali first weekend of February. Have a safe flight, Loki. Okay, so Dear Bop. In the pale moonlight, either way. Dear Bop, I did something dumb the other day. I was looking in some archive files for something and I came across photos of myself and my ex. I found vacation photos, engagement photos, wedding photos, and other memories I at one time cherished and had to lock away due to their infidelity. Seeing photos of them on our wedding day, the joy, the smiles, the love, the hope, to know how short-lived that was, something I will never get over. I have moved on with my life as they have with theirs. However, I frequently think of the prophets and their questioning of Cisco in The Emissary, in trying to understand linear time, but he is haunted by the visions of the loss of his wife. While his pain was not due to infidelity, he felt very real and painful loss. It's why he lived there in that moment when Jennifer died. I remember that well. While I picked up the pieces and put a happy smile on my face, I still live there. I am haunted by the memories of the person whom I loved very deeply and probably always will. Even now, I am choking back tears just typing this. I guess that's what happens when you truly believe someone is your soulmate, even if you aren't theirs. What I wouldn't give to go back in time to warn us both as to what would happen in such a short period of time. I still have to focus and to be deliberate, to not call my current spouse by their ex's name. Many years later, no advice needed, just needed to vent. Well, I still will give you, well, you're already married, but if this ever happens to someone else, just marry somebody with the same name as your ex. It'll make life so much easier. Okay? There's a name that I still say out loud from time to time when no one's around. a woman who I still miss very, very strongly, who went on with her life, and I have not seen in a long, 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 long time. And honestly, I wouldn't even have think that I would still care about her. But the heart wants what the heart wants. And I sometimes go to bed thinking her name. I wake up thinking her name. I just say her name for no reason when no one's around. And it's like, shit. I wonder if I was in a relationship, would this change? And from what I read from you and other people, it seems like no, like that's never going to change. Like that's always going to be there. So I just have to make sure anybody I find has their same name. This way, if I ever say it, just say, oh, of course, honey, I was thinking about you. Daniel says, oh no, Michael Dorn wants to make the Klingon Empire like the Federation in his new Star Trek TV series. Worf make the Klingons give up expansion by conquest. Well, it could work. I doubt it. Robert Rose says, folks, when BedLife is done, Critical Drinker is broadcasting now discussing the Western Tombstone. The Western Tombstone. Wow, time makes fools of us all, says Rabbit Slug. Michael Dorn from Star Trek plays Worf, that guy. And for the person who wrote that, I'm sorry, but yes, you said no advice needed, so no advice given. Dear Bop, while I know you are stuck in that damn hospital bed, you strike me as someone who knows a thing or two about just about everything. I know the YouTuber formerly known as Pickles nearly punctured his sphincter on an office chair, so I can't trust his judgment. I am looking for a new office chair, and I might even play some video games from it. Do you have any recommendations for comfortable chairs? To be honest, I would have just gone to Staples and found the chair that was comfortable and bought it. Now, I know these days gaming chairs are all the rage, but I've never sat in a gaming chair. Before I got sick, gaming chairs really barely existed. I think there was like one or two on the market, and at 6'4" and at the time 360 pounds, they weren't quite made for me. And I don't know your height or your size, but I would just say go to an office supply store and find a chair that's comfortable for you and live with it. I don't think you need a gaming chair. Just a quality, comfortable office chair. For me, it had an oversized seat and an oversized back, so I could put my head back and my head could still touch it, because almost every other chair, if I put my head back, there was just nothing there to reach it. So it was a very tall, very wide chair. And it ended up being left at my office, and probably some asshole probably stole my chair after I got sick. But hopefully they got some good use out of it. Because the office manager, even though I could get just about anything I wanted, do just about anything I wanted, had the keys to come into the office, to go to the roof of the building. I had the alarm codes. I knew every part of the security system. I knew where we had $1 million plus of artwork hanging on the wall. The office manager wouldn't order me a chair that was taller than a certain height because For whatever reason, they decided that only VPs and higher could get the tall back chairs. So I said, well, F you. I'm going out to Staples at my lunch hour and came back with my own chair and rolled it into my office and said, here, you keep this piece of shit chair now. I got my own chair. That was nicer than most of the VP's chairs. Of course, their desks were much nicer, being, rich mahogany. But no, I'll be honest. One of the things I've not paid attention to in the last 10 years has been the chair technology. So I just say sit on chairs, find one that feels good to you. Check the maximum weight, give it at least 50 pounds. I don't know if you're 300 pounds, don't get a chair rated for 300 pounds. Definitely don't get a chair rated for 250. If you're 300, get a chair rated for 350 or 400. Not because I expect you to get heavier, but because it will just last longer. There's less things to worry about. Deej Odyssey says, Bird of Prey, is the female's name the Australian cuddler? No, it's not. In fact, I forgot her name. I forgot who the Australian cuddler's name is. Was that her name? Rachel? She had two names. One that she used on the site, and then when she got here, she told me her so-called real name. Because, on the website, she's encouraged to use a fake name so that crazy guys can't look her up. Whatever it was, no, that was not the name. Darth Maul says, Bird of Prey, early on when I was ration my wife, I accidentally called her my ex's name. Well, I assume as an adult, hopefully she understood the issue and didn't hold it against you too long. Daniel's Hot Topics is Bird of Prey. I understand, Bird, if you remember, there was a girl, showed you on Discord, her name was Jessica Dully. I really liked her. She was perfect. She was into Star Wars and Comic-Con. Then she got married in 2012 and I fell into a depression. I'm sorry to hear that, Daniel. Moxley fans is Bird of Prey. Rock Solid Productions got out of a great video today about gaming chairs. Oh, there you go. I apologize. Check out Rock Solid's channel for a great video on gaming chairs. I probably passed it over since I don't have any use for a gaming chair. Robert Rose is Bird of Prey. Really? The Western Tombstone starring Val Kilmer, Sam Elliott, and Kurt Russell. I'm your Huckleberry. Okay, so it's a movie. Gotcha. Andy Garcia says, hey, Bird. Hi to the NephewOPrey. Thank you, Andy Garcia. Unfortunately, we got news. It won't be until tomorrow now that NephewOPrey will get here. It's very cold and very windy here. So SisOPrey is going to wait till morning to come by. Dear Bop, what's your favorite episode of Walker, Texas Ranger? Oof. Here's the problem with that, Mox. I don't think I've ever watched Walker, Texas Ranger. And if I did, I certainly don't remember the episode titles. I apologize. I mean, hell, I've definitely seen Bonanza, but not enough to remember any episode titles either. Dear Bop, we need to tell our son he was adopted. Do you think we can lead the discussion with one man's trash is another man's treasure? I mean, you could do it that way, but should you do it that way? And unless you actually rescued him from a trash can, which was a joke, I would tell my sister for many years that our father found her in a trash can, which made a little sense because Dad O'Prey did drive a private sanitation truck for a while. Yeah, you probably shouldn't go down that route. If your son was adopted and he makes it to a certain age where he would understand the ramifications of such, should probably just take him aside and say, listen, there's something we need to discuss. We don't have to talk about it now if you don't want to, but you just should know that you're adopted. If there's a mother in the picture, you'd say your mother and I, adopted you when you were X years old or X months old. But we've never thought of you as anything less than our son, or I assume son, yeah, and anything less than our actual son, and you are our actual son. But if you ever have any questions, we're here to answer. Oh, Mom O'Prey is shaking her hand.
Yeah.
Okay, Mom O'Prey.
Also
tell them
that people
that you are forever grateful
birth mother
to the birth mother or parents
for giving
you the opportunity to have a child
that you love and wanted.
that you loved and wanted. Right, whatever the situation was with the birth parents.
You're just grateful to them.
I'm pretty sure this isn't a real Dear Bop, you understand. Yeah, but I know, I gotcha. Yeah, okay, that's true. That's a good thing to add. Did you tell Sassy she's adopted? Says Joseph.
Oh.
No, Sassy, no, that's crazy talk. Sis O'Prey took her from Texas where the stock misdelivered her. You're okay, Sassy. You're an O'Prey, Sassy. Daniel's Hot Topics. Where are we? Daniel's Hot Topics is Friday, January 29, 2021. And we are still waiting for Austin Powers 4 and a fourth Kelvin timeline movie. Is there? I don't think there's any plans for an Austin Powers 4. I wouldn't say I was waiting for it. I mean, if there was one that came out, I'd probably watch, but at this point, it'd probably be pure garbage. It's just been too long. But yeah, the fourth Star Trek film, again, I guess I wouldn't say I'm waiting for it, but if it came out, I'd have to watch it. Carlo puts in the sassy emoji. Robert Rose says Bird Parade Tombstone was another Western movie about Wyatt Earp. Yeah, I've heard of Tombstone. I can't say that I remember watching it, but I probably did at some point. Or Dad O'Prey, he was big into Westerns. Dear Bop, sing this to the tune of Oh Christmas Tree. Oh, rabbit slug, oh, rabbit slug, oh, how I screw up your name. Let's see. Dear Bop, I have an argument with a colleague. He was like, "Did you sleep with her?" I was like, "Yes." He asked me why. I told him she was lying there. And he was like, "You were supposed to do the autopsy." And then he yelled that I am the worst vet on the planet. Oh. Can you believe that? The doc. Yeah, I sadly, I can believe that. And I think you should listen to him. You should probably find another career. Rabbit Slug says you should play that on a show, Bird of Prey, Tombstone, a Saturday thing. Our next few Saturdays are going to be busy. This week is, in fact, tomorrow for Cinema Saturday is Fifth Element, thanks to Joseph Patrick. Next Saturday is a movie whose title I am keeping secret, but it takes place during World War II. It involves the bad German guys, and it takes place in England, mostly in England, not completely. So if you want to guess, you're welcome to. And then the week after that will be Jurassic Park. So we've got our next few weeks planned out for Cinema Saturdays. Not Saving Private Ryan or Saving Ryan's Private. Dear Bop, Wesley Crusher here. Now, Wesley said he didn't write any Dear Bops. This is in response to your Mexican food preference. Being a Southern Californian, I am shocked your first off El Polo Loco is a real restaurant here. They serve Mexican-style chicken meals. Del Taco has a much higher quality food than Taco Bell and is quite a favorite here. I don't know where you had Del Taco that was bad, Encinitas. It must have been a fluke, but real Mexican food will always be small family-owned restaurants. If you haven't had a wet burrito before, you should definitely try one. I have not. Though, I'll be honest, Rubio's, and I don't know if they count as Mexican or Tex-Mex or whatever, but Rubio's, whatever, California Grill or Southern Grill, they were a really good Mexican place that wasn't on the list. So I would have put them on the list if it had been my list. But honestly, Del Taco compared to Taco Bell, it is no comparison. Taco Bell far more delish than Del Taco. I was really disappointed in Del Taco. You know, the other thing I was disappointed in, it was a Chinese food, Panda Express. I think so. They're a chain or something of Chinese food. My God, you guys, you don't know what you're missing if that's your Chinese food. Darth Maul says, Bird of Prey, there's a movie called Thor, End of the World. Check it out on Tubi TV. It's hard to believe Disney allowed this to be made in 2020. Is it not on Disney Plus? I will try Darth Maul, though I don't have a hell of a lot of time to watch other things. Daniel South Topic says, Bird of Prey, did you see WandaVision episode 4? How was it? Any hints about what's going on in the series? Yes, I saw it. I spoke in depth about it at the beginning of the stream. I promise there will be no spoilers. I didn't spoil it at the beginning of the stream. I'm not going to spoil it now. To quickly revisit, this was the first episode that really felt like a Marvel Cinematic Universe experience. It was quite the departure from the first 3 episodes. Personally, I think they should have done this 1 or 2 episodes sooner. I think they may have lost a good part of the audience. I think they waited a little too long to do this. But it was the first 5 to 10 minutes of the episode was great. But the last 10 to 15 minutes of the episode, although it was good, it was different. It was too woke for me, and it was extremely woke script. They went way into women being the smartest person in the room, women being in charge, and if for some reason a guy was in charge, it was only because the woman who should have been in charge was screwed out of the job. But you knew who was really in charge was the woman, even if the guy was the one who technically had the title. The guys were only there for comic relief, and the women were doing all the hard work, including the physical labor. At first, I thought this was a great episode, but really, it was just the first episode that made me care about the series. Before this, I had complete apathy for the series. Now I feel like I have some caring in the game, but the writing of the episode, unfortunately, outside, well, I don't want to give away spoilers, but let's say the writing in this episode really, really makes me depressed as to how the rest of the series is going to go. It's not often that they can come back from something like this. Daniel Set Topics says, Bird of Prey, Jessica liked The Fifth Element. That's good. I did not like The Fifth Element the first time I watched it, but it's been 2+ decades, so it's literally going to be like watching The Fifth Element for the first time. Carlo Albanese says, Sunday. Bird Prey 5 might eat the out-of-date spam that Mama Prey saved for him when he reviews Futurama. Time to find out. Yes, so this Sunday is the first of the direct-to-DVD movies, Bender's Big Score, which is the best of the DVD movies from Futurama. And I really, really enjoyed this direct-to-DVD 4-part episode movie. So we can watch it all on Sunday. But in truth and fairness, I kind of feel like Futurama is mostly downhill from this point on. Although there are a few really good episodes that stand out, they are fewer and further between than they were in the first 5 seasons. Rabid Slug says, Lowell, that sounds interesting. Well, the chances are I'm not going to eat the out-of-date spam, but it's always a possibility. Daniel says, Bird of Prey, I went to Burger King, and last time I found a wet, greasy hair in the burger. I bought, well, Daniel, unfortunately, it just happens. Hair is going to get into food. There's no way to stop it. It ruins your day, but in the scheme of things, it's just, there's nothing you can do. I found far worse than a hair. I was at a Chevy's, which was a Mexican place, for lunch, and I found a AA battery in my burrito. I got the manager, and he's like, he's like, he yells, he's like, those people. He said their ethnic race, their nationality. I don't want to repeat it, but it was a Mexican restaurant, so you can it's not a hard guess. He's like, oh, those people, they're always putting their batteries up on the shelves for their Walkmans, and they're falling into the food all the time. I always tell them no batteries in the kitchen. And he apologized, and of course he gave it to me. He took it off my tab, and he had another one made, but it was lunchtime. I really didn't have time to eat a second. No, I gave him back the battery. It had already been cooked. That one, it was like, why are you telling me that you have a constant battery problem? Maybe this is why you went out of business a few months later. Which was fine, because then they became Applebee's, which was far superior. Now, if it had been, I was waiting for a Chili's. That's what I wanted. We never got a Chili's. We got an Applebee's and a Buffalo Wild Wings. Commodore Ty says Tubi is free. I am aware of that, but it's still just I'm suspicious. Yosef says, watch the movies, Bird of Prey. You will understand why the astrophysicist is a woman. Daniel Satavis says, Bird of Prey, what's woke mean? Generally means that there's a ridiculous and unbelievable amount of it depends. In this case, females in charge, where the guys, there's no equality. Women are far superior to the men. They're smarter, they're stronger, they boss every man around, they're the highest in rank, and worse, any guys that appear in this episode or the series or the movie, they're mostly there for comic relief. They're buffoons. They're stupid. They're not as smart as the women, and they're just there to be the people who get killed when somebody needs to get shot. They're just the way of doing things, Daniel. They've been doing it in Hollywood for 20 years, and every year it gets worse and worse. In the last 3-4 years, it's been unbearable to those who pay attention to such things. Ridiculously unbearable. Ever since Ghostbusters 2016, it's been off the charts. It's been happening for a long time. Even back into the 2000s, you can see the beginning. But, when it first started, it wasn't enough to cause a problem. And then it just kind of became the norm. But in most recent years, they dialed it up to 11. Carlos is Bird of Prey. They are trying to tell us that they don't want gentlemen anymore. It's true. Darth Maul says, Bird of Prey, I felt extreme sadness for Wanda at the end. I could see that. Rabbit Slug says, Bird of Prey, you didn't like Fifth Element the first time. What the what? No, I only saw it once and I didn't like it, but I'm going to try it again. Roxodds is Bird of Prey. Is there a movie you won't Is the movie You Won't Babe Name starring Val Kilmer? No, it is not. Rockstar Val Kilmer. No, it's not a Val Kilmer movie. Rabbit Slug says, Bird of Prey, it's not just a woman thing. It's not just a woman thing. There's goes into racism as well. But it's in this case for WandaVision, it's a woman thing. Ocean's 8. Okay, but Ocean's 8 Ocean's 8 was just a fail of a movie. I didn't see it, but from what I heard, it wasn't that the men were played off or played for laughs. The men just weren't in it, which is okay. I mean, it doesn't have to be a bunch of men in a movie. I get that. You can do a script that's primarily female characters, but don't just, if you have guys, don't just make them the comic relief. Robert Rose's Bird of Prey. Michael Blenn played Johnny Ringo in Tombstone. Michael Blenn was Reese in the first Terminator movie and Hicks in Aliens. Daniel says Bird of Prey. So WandaVision is an event series. It will not get a second season. It's a one-shot thing. But Loki has been upgraded to a multi-season show. Let's hope for 5 seasons of Loki. Well, again, Daniel, I've heard that Loki is not going to be Loki, but Loki is going to be gender changed to a woman, which means that it's not going to be a show about the Loki we know. It's just going to be some random woman they give the name Loki, which I will watch, assuming I have Disney Plus. I will watch the first episode, maybe the second, but I honestly don't have any real desire to watch some other random character play Loki. Even if they were going to change Loki to another guy, I'll be honest, I just don't have any desire to follow a new Loki. If he's the same Loki that we got to know in the MCU over the last decade, then yeah, I'd probably watch. But whether they changed him to another guy or to a woman, I really don't have any desire to start over with someone else. If they made a new Iron Man without what's his face, Iron Man, I don't have any desire to watch that either. It's not specific to Loki. Somehow Spider-Man's the only character I'm okay with them changing. Not Ryan Johnson says, Bird of Prey, who was the comic relief in the WandaVision episode? The FBI agent was the comic relief in Ant-Man. I don't want to go into those types of details. Not Ryan Johnson. Yes, Tony Stark, but I mean the guy who plays him. Robert Downey Jr. Dear Bop, goodbye, sir. I have to leave. Thank you for everything. You are welcome. I hope you have a good night. And I've skipped one. Sorry about that. Dear Bop, help me here. POI. What is the name of a popular native Hawaiian drink? POI. What? Poi? Poi. Yo, yo, yo. What do you say to someone to get their attention? Yo. Put them together. Poi, yo. Poyo. Okay, but that spells polo, not pollo. If you want to spell something pollo, then spell it pollo, not polo or polo. I can't do the double L sound. But yes, so that's just a suggestion to whoever's in charge of the Espanol language. If they want us to sound it right, pronounce it right, and spell it right. Dear Bop, I mean that I'm leaving YouTube. No, I don't know who you are. God damn it. Thanks for everything, bye. Why would somebody leave YouTube? You should not be leaving YouTube. Please do not. Daniel says, Bird of Prey, Bird, I've been watching the new episodes of Star Trek Online. New episode of Star Trek Online? I think it's called Bringing Back the House, and it's set in the Klingon Empire. Anyway, there is a new threat to the Empire. I didn't know Star Trek Online had a series. El Pollo Loco. There you go, Darth Maul. El Pollo Loco. There it is. The correct spelling. Daniel says, Bird of Prey, a new threat to the Empire. So say clone. El Rel from Discovery. L'Rel. Oh, if it's honestly, Daniel, if it has L'Rel or any Klingon from Discovery, I don't care. It doesn't count. There are no Klingons in Star Trek Discovery, so it doesn't matter. I could not care any less. I stopped reading at L'Rel. But it's exciting. A clone of L'Rel in the year 2411, but the clone L'Rel is an empty shell, so they have to go. Daniel, Star Trek Discovery and Klingons, instant turn off. I'm not going to watch it, not going to care, don't want to know what happens. If you like it, I'm happy for you. It is certainly not for me. I'm very sad to hear somebody's leaving YouTube. Hopefully they think it over and, change their mind, because I really don't want to see anybody leave YouTube, especially via Dear Bop. Obviously there's been a few people that it could be, but I don't even know who it is now, so it's even more weird. Rabbit Slug says, Bird of Prey, couldn't deal with the Klingorks. No, I can't. Daniel says, Bird of Prey, they clone L'Rel, empty shell. They have to go to Greythor Klingon hell to retrieve L'Rel's soul and put her in a cloned body. That's how cloning works. I'm glad she's in Klingon hell, but she's not Klingon, so she shouldn't even be in Klingon hell. Jedi Bill says, I'm not going anywhere, Bird of Prey, until I hit 7 trillion subscribers. Good for you, Jedi Bill. Good for you. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I think they'll call it a night here. Thank you all so much for watching, hanging out. Tomorrow, probably around 2 p.m. Eastern, we will be doing Cinema Saturday. Again, it's The Fifth Element, and I hope to see many of you there. I hope to see some of you tonight on some other streams. Have a great weekend and all that other stuff. Joseph says, so soon, don't go. I'm sorry, Joseph. It's dinner. Peroxide says, Bird of Prey, the surprise movie is not top secret. It is not top secret. That is correct. Top secret is not the surprise movie. Carlos says, thanks for the stream, Bird of Prey. A great day and night to everyone, and praise the soup. Absolutely praise the soup. If anyone if anyone's around and wants to start a stream, I might be able to come on their stream for a bit, say hello. We'll see. We could do a risk game or something, whatever you guys want to do. But that's it for tonight. For here, Qapla, all bird out. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out BedOPrey5.com, the new home of everything BedOPrey 5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/BedOPrey5 or on BedOPrey5.com. Take care.